I'm Donavan Pinner, and I graduated from Hopkinsville High School in class of 2016. So in high school, I was our class president from freshman year all the way to senior year. I was on beta, NHS, pre-law, choir. So I've been studying here at Morehouse College for the last 3 years as a religion major. And I plan on going to law school after I graduate in 2020 to do some civil law. I'm considering going somewhere in the educational pathway, maybe doing some public policy and education, or education is really dear to my heart, and so I'm really thinking about how I can tie my law, religion, and education all together and find some type of field that intersects. I applied at Kentucky, at University of Kentucky, University of Louisville, Western Center, Austin Peay, K-State, a bunch more. But Morehouse is my dream school. I wanted to go to Morehouse probably about the 6th grade, and it's because of the legacy and history the college has. Morehouse is an HBCU, a historically black college and university, founded in 1867, and that school has a rich history of building black men to become leaders in their communities and making global and worldwide change. And so Morehouse has been really dear to my heart, and it has helped me become a better person. It's at Morehouse, I'm not just a number. I'm not just a regular student. I'm part of the family, and it is up to me and my brothers and my faculty to build me up so that we can make change once I graduate. And so Morehouse is just not a regular learning institution. It's more of a family setting, and so everybody is your brothers. So Morehouse is has about 2,000 students. We are at downtown Atlanta, right off of I-20. It's right in the western neighborhood. It's in the Atlanta University Consortium, which it's 3 universities right now. It's Clark Atlanta, Spelman College, and Morehouse College, and Morehouse School of Medicine. Forgot that one. And we make up the AUC, and AUC is 4 HBCUs, and we share some classes. We can take classes at other institutions that do not offer the same classes that mine has. And the AUC is just a place where you had Dr. King, you had W.E.B. Du Bois, you had all these talented black folk who have came and have labored to make America the strides and changes in the civil rights periods, in which so Morehouse has had a big part of that. Yeah. Freshman year was a big adjustment. My colleagues, my friends were coming out of high school reading books and novels and stories I'd never heard of. Their math skills were phenomenal. They were just well-rounded. And I came in like, oh, okay, so I need to do this, I need to learn this, I need to catch up on all these things just so I can be at the same standard as them. And so I would say that leaving Hoptown High, yes, I was able to adjust. I was able to make those amends to get myself equal to everybody else in my class. But it was a challenge. It was a very hard challenge. I had to learn how to study. I had to learn how to really, put in effort into doing work, because I really didn't do that in high school. And it was, I came in thinking I was the best writer, the best of anything I wanted to do, and just Morehouse told me no. I wanted to get away from Hopkinsville. I wanted to see life outside of Hopkinsville, which is why I wanted to be outside of the state of Kentucky, because I feel like once you're in Kentucky, you might as well be in Hopkinsville anywhere if you're in Kentucky. And so I went to Georgia, went to Atlanta, and life has not been the same. It's a whole new world, a whole new world. There's many possibilities and dreams that live outside of Hopkinsville, yeah. So luckily, I was in that circle of friends at school that really knew the information about ACT early. And so I think I took my first ACT at 7th grade. And then that's when I was able to really adjust. I had the time to prepare and make those corrections that I needed to have a higher score for my ACT. And so I started about 7th grade. I think I took it about 3 or 4 times until the score that I wanted. And it's very important that you just continue to take it over and over again. Don't give up on the first time. It's just a test. You really have to learn how to take the test. And that's what it is. It's not really measuring how smart you are or what matter of a person you are, but it's just to see if you know these algorithms or how to break down a sentence or something like that. So it's just trying to test you. That's all it is. I think the average it's probably about a 26 or a 25. So everybody there scores pretty high mostly. But Morehouse is a school that excels on a holistic approach. So it's just not a ACT score, but more about what have you done in high school, your community service, and all those things. Yeah. Something that's most enjoyable at being a college student is, I guess, freedom. There's no one there to wake you up. There's no one there to tell you to do your homework. I mean, you really have to pick it up on yourself and, control your own life. And I think that's like the biggest challenge and joy, is that now that life is really in your hands, and what you do now is going to determine where you're going to be in the next 30, 40 years. And so just thinking about it every day is like, okay, I got to do this, or I won't be here next year. It's just like all these things you got to think about. So I think the freedom is really, really important. Like, you need to know yourself, and you need to know your strength and your weaknesses. And then once you know those things, then you can build up your friends around those. So that, hey, you have people who can support you in areas that maybe you're not at the best at. And so that's important to networking. Networking is just leaning on other people's strengths and weaknesses. And so when you're able to do that, I think that's what makes the best college experience, is having a great network and just knowing other people's strengths and working with them to build up your own and, collaborating on things. High school really plays a part of the mentality that if you are in the circle who is cool, then you're not, that you're smart, you're really not cool. But if you're not smart, then what are you? Everybody is smart. And so to say that someone is not smart is really a fallacy within itself. And so I believe if you really own up to your own smartness and your own greatness, then you make yourself cool. I'm cool because I know this, I can do this, but what can you do? And one man once told me, it's about two things in life, about who you know and what you know. And if you don't know something, then you need to know somebody. And if you don't know somebody, then you need to know something. And so that's what makes you cool. Because I can know this person and I'm connected to this, so I can achieve more. So in high school, if you're going through that cycle, I don't want to be smart because I'm not going to have the friends, or I'm going to be looked down upon. No, you want to be smart, and you want to, do well, because one day they're going to be looking for you for some help because you got in your books and you did what needed to be done. Yeah. The struggle in high school is not that if you wanted to learn, then you couldn't. It's that the curriculum was set at such standards that this is what it is, and there's nothing, there's no room. There's plenty of room for you to learn extra, but there's no time, there's no resources. And so being a high school student, you really need to, take advantage of what is given to you, and then just grind on your own. You get out and do some extra studying, read some extra books, or ask a teacher, what else should I be learning right now? Are we behind the schedule? Do I need to pick up my own? Really just picking up that self-motivation and figure out, am I getting the best? Am I getting the most out of this experience? Because high school is very undervalued. It is free education. And at high school, you can learn anything that you can learn in college for free. And I think that is the best opportunity to learn for free, because college is not free at all. Going into college with one major, you're going to change. It's going to change. And it's going to be okay to change your major going into college. But as long as you stay true to yourself, you figure out what you want to do, college is just a stepping stone to propel you into somewhere higher and get what you want to do. And so you need to make the best of your college experiences. Yeah, you may have some shortcomings, you may have some failures. You may come into college not knowing everything you need to know, but it's up to you to just keep pushing. Don't give up and don't throw in the towel. Experiencing life outside of Hopkinsville, outside of Christian County, you get to see that there's so much more, and that coming home would be selling myself short. That if I came back to Hopkinsville right now without finishing my degree, then I would not be, living up to my best potential. And so I have to finish. I have to get another degree. I have to do better, so that if I do come back to Hopkinsville, I can make some better changes, so that we would not be repeating the same cycle that we're on. I would encourage every high schooler to get out of Hopkinsville, and to return. But you need to go. You need to experience life outside of the city, outside of Hopkinsville. A lot of people do not know what the rest of the U.S. has to offer, and the experiences of meeting people from different ethnicities, backgrounds, social statuses. It's so much more that you can learn just from being around other people, and that people that you never grew up with. And so I think there's so much more outside of Hopkinsville that is valuable to our experiences.